Hello everyone, I am Sachin 23 MSWFG3. Today I am taking the presentation about Rothman's three models. Mainly the introduction includes macro invention involves method of professional changing and the target systems above the level of individual whereas group and family. For example, organizations, communities and regional and national entities. Macro practice deals with the aspects of human service activity and that are non-clinical in nature, but rather focused on broader social approaches to human betterment, embracing the effective delivery of services, strengthening community of life and preventing social ills. Thus, the macro practice includes the area of community organization such as social policy and administration. Rothman has developed three models of community organizing which are locally developed in social planning and social action. Locality development is the model that most closely subscribes to the value and outcomes of what is typically referred to as a community development. In practice, however, many community development workers employ a range of techniques and approaches from locality development, social planning, social action models in their work and communities. There are definition underlying assumption like locality development model. This model of community practice is based on belief that in order to effect change, a wide variety of community people should be involved in planning, implementation and evaluation. Key themes include the use of democratic procedures, voluntary cooperation, self-help, the development of local leadership and educational objectives. And also in the term social planning model, a rational planning technical process of problem solving with regard to substantive social problems. Characterize this model. The degree of community participation may vary. However, building community capability of radical or fundamental social change is not a major goal of the model of community practice. And also it includes social action model, where practicing this model assume that disadvantaged segment of the population need to be organized in order to make demands on the larger community for increased resources or improved treatment. Key themes in this model are social justice, democracy and the power of resources and decision making. The main purpose in this consideration of the various models to include the identity and make explicit in assumption and condition that influence the selection of the model or mixing models of organization as it affects the process and outcomes of the community assessment. The theory with practice of community work to facilitate discussion and reflecting of the process of community work. To identify the types of skills and roles required by a community worker in different projects and the focus to how one spends his and her time. To structure the tasks and techniques that will aid in achieving the process goals of community development. And finally, to assist the community workers in understanding how their orientation towards a particular model and affected the kinds of community projects and they become involved in and how they have to choose work within a community. To provide a framework for community workers to revisit those decisions and do future planning. To conclude, Rothman's three models. Every practice variable has been explained in distinct way of each model. Hence, looking at the variables and their nature and one ascertain the model they can fall into. These variables are the type of client population, progress goal, assumption related to community structure, strategies and tactics and like. Goals have been divided into two parts. For example, task goal and process goals. Task goals are mainly aimed at finding a constraint solution to a delimited program, such as changes in legislation or creation of new services. Whereas process goals are towards maintenance of systems, establishing cooperation or self-maintaining community, developing collective participation, or engaging organic leadership in the community. Hence, process goals are mainly concerned with the gross or generalized capacity of the community to function over a period of time. Whereas professional aspects with a model also differ from one another. In second table we have a discuss agency type, practice, positions and professional on the basis of these three models.